What's up, guys? So this is a video that I guess I've been wanting to make for a long time. It's hard because this video is probably going to be pretty long due to the fact that I don't really know where I want to go with it. Usually when I have, before I hit this record button, I usually have, sort of a skeleton in my head of what it is that I want to construct. But it seems like I just sort of have a couple really solid points that I want to make that they don't really seem to have much backbone, which is why I mean backbone in regards to pure evidence, which is why it's taken so long for me to make this, but I think it's necessary at this point. So like I said, there's just some points that I have that I just want to take, and I want to flourish on those points. So it seems like, and I wouldn't be saying this if it wasn't just me feeling this way. For the longest time I thought it was, which I think is normal, but it seems like there's something coming. And I know that that's really general, and I know that that's really that doesn't give much information, but it feels like something big is coming. Now, of course, that could mean anything. I'm not trying to be a psychic here. I'm not trying to make a prophecy, because when I'm saying something's coming, literally anything could happen at any point from the moment this video happens, and I could say that's the thing, but I'm not claiming to know what the thing is. It just seems like something really major is coming, and it's right on our fucking ass. And you'll have people all around the clock, all around the calendar, that during every year you can find somebody in my position who would tell you the same thing. But it seems like now the people on the list of us are, and I'll tell you what that is in a moment. It seems like the people on the list of us are also on the same wavelength. We all seem to have this feeling that something's coming, but we don't know what it is. It's just something totally alien to us. And by the list of us, I've been working on a list. I just make lists, but I've been working on a list of people that, for some reason, no females have made the list. That's not me being sexist. I just haven't come across any females. It's a list of people who just get it. There seems to be a certain breed of human beings that started being born, I want to say in the last 30 years, it seems, just about. Except for a couple exceptions, such as George Carlin and, like Penn Jillette. There's just these people who just get it. They seem to have been able to push through the bullshit. And I call it the list of us. And it's just, like I said, it's just a list. And every time somebody pops into my head, I go ahead and write down onto the list. And like I said, it seems like most people, I'm sitting here looking at this list, and it's like, what is it that all these people have in common? Because you have people from, Tupac to Joe Rogan to Johnny Depp. People who are just, obviously a lot of them are successful, but that's just because they had to be successful in order for me to know about them to put them on the list in the first place. I don't think that has to do anything with it, because I've met people. Like I said, what I'm saying is they're people from all over the spectrum. Just more famous people happen to be on the list, because famous people, to be famous, you have to be known. So you get what I'm saying. It just seems, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. And I really wish that I had better words to describe it, because, as logical and rational as I am, and I genuinely try to approach almost every situation and every sort of I'm not even sure what the word I would use would be. I try to approach every situation, even mentally, completely open-minded. And I think that's what I think that's another thing that the list of us has in common. For the most part, there's some people that are on the list that aren't that way. But it seems like that seems to be the main thing. And I think I think smart people need to just keep breeding. And I actually heard something really interesting on Joe Rogan's podcast this morning about, you have all these obviously stupid people. Now, they're not stupid because this isn't me quoting Joe, by the way. They're not stupid because of anything they did wrong. Some people are just born and they just got the genetic end of the stick. Some people are just slower. I can hardly swim. Some people just can't do it. We need to turn those. We can't just get rid of those people. We still need those people in humanity. Just because if you narrowed it down to just the list of us people, you'd have such a small percentage. What we need to do is we need to convert these stupid people into drones. We need to turn them into fuel. And that was what he said. He said he just kind of threw it in there. He just said, yeah, we need to take these stupid people and turn them into drones, turn them into fuel. And what's the best way to do that? Well, the schooling system. Now, it's fucked up because he didn't say any of the rest of he just threw out the part that they need to be turned into fuel, but that led me down a train of thought, which I've been thinking about all day, which is what led me to make this video. 1 second. Sorry about that. But it seems... Fuck, where was I going? God damn it, I was somewhere really good. Fuck! God damn it. Fuck! God! Where was I just now? Oh yeah, okay. What we need to do. So it led me down this whole train of thought of what needs to happen in order to turn these people into fuel. And it seems like that thought has been beaten. It seems like they've beat us to that thought by a long shot, because the conclusion I came to was something like a schooling system. Force everybody that you can, and so far the most power you can have is just over a country that we know of. Force the entire country as children to go through a certain system. We have the schooling system. Now, mind you, when I was going through this, it wasn't until after I had laid it all out in my head that I realized, holy shit, they beat us to it. But it seems like the schooling system and all this shit, it exists not only to train the drones and turn the people and turn the dumb people into fossil fuel. It also inevitably filters out. It's an inevitable filter for the list of us, because it seems like the people on the list of us are also autodidacts, and we're able to train ourselves because of that. And we see pretty early on in schooling that pretty much as soon as we're able to call bullshit on anything, most of the people on the list of us were able to call bullshit pretty soon. And unfortunately, people closer to my generation are going to be forced and have been forced to remain in the schooling system longer than obviously they need to be, just because of the country we live in. But it seems like, I feel like if I was the one putting the country together and I was the one running anything, that's what I would do too. Tell everybody that you're forced to go here and you have to, or we'll lock you in a cage. But there's these little, because there's so many people, the smart ones are able to slip out. As long as you stay under the radar, you can still get out of school. Some people you can't, but if you just stay under the radar and you just kind of duck under and stuff, you can get out and you can be on your own. And it seems you're able to do that once schooling has given you the knowledge necessary to reach out for your own knowledge. I think you need to go to school for just the basic stuff. Reading, writing. Learn just your basic shit. Learn your basic shit, and it seems like those are the tools necessary to pull yourself out of the system. And the people who stay past that point are the ones getting turned into fuel. Because once they've given us the tools to get out, it's like, why do you expect us not to? And I'm not talking about just schooling. Maybe I am for the most part, but it works in almost any similar situation. But I think it seems like in this specific situation, it seems too obvious when you really look at it to not be deliberate. It seems like, okay, so you get my point. You have people that are, you have the list of us, the people who get it and the people who pulled ourselves away. And most of us like to reside on the internet because that's where most of us are. And we're just the ones that just see the big picture. And we can't expect everybody to be like that because it seems like it seems to be a rare breed. And it seems to be, we are the ones that are frustrated at the majority, which are the stupid ones. Now, there's a part of me that really wishes that I was a drone, that really wishes that I was just one of the people getting turned into fuel, getting converted into fuel, because then I wouldn't have to be aware of any of this. Because being aware of it sucks. I feel like this is the hard part. But there's, people like us come so few and far between, and I think because of the internet, we're finally able to harness all this power. Just because we're so scattered everywhere, the internet lets all of us filter together. And I think we're finally starting to see what it's like to have that. What I think this is the first time in history, I think my generation is finally going to be able to see. We're going to be the first generation that's going to get to see what an entire world of internet users is going to look like. People that were born during the internet era and grew up in the era where information was shared as freely as it is and as openly as it is, and things aren't bound by invisible borders on just around your countries. Your information now gets to go so much further beyond that. And the dare cops, they have to worry about their shit now whenever they go over to schools because they know the kids are fucking educated. We know that most of the shit the cops say about drugs now, they've been so wrong that it's like we stopped listening already. It's fucking crazy. And it seems like every day we're just learning more and more knowledge. So let me get into phase 2 of what I'm saying. So you have your people, you have the list of us, you have the people who get it. So once you have us all filtered and you have us all in a conglomerate, what is it that we're working towards? And the only what I think is, I just have so many theories. I can't just lay one and just have it work out. That's where I get to the block, because it seems like, as a person who is on the list of us, and I realize it, I feel like it feels like every day I should be doing something, and I've been blaming my anxiety on this a lot, but it's gotten to the point that, now I almost have no fucking problems. Because it's gotten to the point that my house is completely clean. I make sure my house is fucking spotless all the time. My bills are paid as soon as I get them. Just because I don't like knowing that I owe anybody anything. There's nothing on my schedule that I'm not always on top of. Every little problem that comes up, I'm playing whack-a-mole with. I'm knocking it down. And I seem to get really sensitive when all of my even when I just have a small amount of problems, if it's more than just 2 or 3 at a time, it seems so overwhelming. And I seem so sensitive to it because it seems like I just don't have time for the bullshit. It seems like my mind needs to be completely clear and focused. But then, for what? Because I remember, this morning, I completely cleaned the house, and I'm just standing there in my house, and there's nothing left for me to do. And then I get online, and I look at all the stuff I've done, there's nothing left for me to do, I feel. And I'm just sitting here at my desk, and I just don't, and it's like I'm waiting for something to happen, because it's like my heart still is pulling, and it's like anticipating something. Okay, what's next? It's still moving, it's always moving forward, sort of like spinners on a car is the best way I can put it, when it stops, but they still keep spinning. That's what my heart feels like. Whenever I stop, and everything stops, and there's no more problems in my way, my body reacts as if there still is. I'm gonna stop this and make a new video.